All right, we are on look number 4 of this eyeshadow series that I am doing. Welcome, my name is Trina. Thanks for watching. Okay, we're gonna get started because I'm supposed to keep this short and I tend to ramble and go on a little bit long. So I do have eye primer on. Full disclosure, if you've never used an eye primer, you totally want to. Teeny tiny little tube will last you forever. You need a tiny bit, and it goes on as like a base. You want to let it like dry before you put on your shadow, but it will keep the colors looking really super duper pigmented, keep them on longer, and prevent creasing. Okay, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna start with Optimistic. Do you see how well loved this color is? I use it a lot. It's definitely one of my favorites. So we're gonna use this. Make sure my brush is cleaned off ish. Okay, we're gonna use this, and we're going to go halfway in, kind of halfway across your lid, and then also as like a highlight up here. Now, if your eye's not as big as mine, you can adjust. I would still go halfway across your lid. Okay, and then if you have a smaller, it would be down a little bit more. Okay, so just adjust where you're putting. All right. So got a little thing there, shimmer. Okay, now look how pretty this purple is. See how pretty? Okay, this color is ambiguous. It is brand new, brand spanking new. Super excited to use it. Okay, we're going to use the same brush. These are not your typical drugstore colors. I'd like to warn everybody of that. So when I first got a Unique palette, I was used to like my drugstore palettes. So I was like in there, you know, like hardcore, getting like a lot on the brush I would put on. I was like, so don't do that. A little bit goes a long way. You can always add more, okay? But just start with, I'm telling you, start with like a fraction of what you would normally use. Okay, and we're gonna do the other half of our lid. Look how pretty that color is. Feel a little fancy, feel a little fancy. I'm gonna go grocery shopping, so super fancy for that. Right? If you see a mom all dressed up in the grocery store, don't like judge her. Maybe she sells makeup. Maybe she sells makeup for a living. Maybe she doesn't really just think she's like, you know, too fancy for the store. Maybe that's what she does. I think a lot of my friends have stopped being as judgmental now because I tell them like, you know, sometimes that's just the case. You don't know everybody's story. Okay. I'm going to use Nimble now. We're going to put it in the crease. So again, if you don't have a crease, go about halfway up your lid and make a crease there. And it's just going to add definition. So it's going to make it look like you have a bigger eye than you do by doing that. All right, we're going to blend this before we move on. I do have a blending brush. Woo. We're going to do windshield wipers here. So I blend in because I don't want it all over my face. So we're just blending in. So I'm recording this for my YouTube channel. So if you have not yet subscribed, please do. But YouTube picks the thumbnails. I can't figure out how to choose my own thumbnail. So I'm like really trying to be conscious of not making any crazy faces because it's done a couple where it's like that's the face it chooses. So we're going to try to stay pretty while we're doing this. Okay. Last and not least, this is Marvelous. Marvelous. We're going to use the same brush that I literally just had in my hand. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit on the end of the brush, and we're going to just do teeny tiny little V in the corner. Some people call it a C, whatever you want to call it. Teeny tiny bit, and then we'll blend it in. And again, that's going to make your eye look bigger than it is. Okay, another little tip I got for you is I always keep my foundation brush nearby so that if anything falls off, they call it fall off, I just clean it up a little bit. Okay, so we can always get back over. I'm going to add a little more purple. I'm going to pat it on right there. There we go. I just want to be able to see the color a little bit better. Okay, now we're going to finish off today with my Epic Waterproof, which is like my all-time fave, but I can't find it. It's on here. There it is. There it is. There it is. Woo! Okay. I'm going to open it up. Always twirl. Don't pump air into your mascara, no matter what mascara you're using. You don't want air in your tube. Also, pro tip, mascara does not like to be cold, and it is winter time, so you can, there's a few things you can do. Keep it in a warm place, but that doesn't always work. So I have a friend, she puts hers in a cup of warm water while she does the rest of her face, and then she goes back to do her mascara, and it's warm by then. You can also just do this and like warm it up before you use it. But if you have like a brand new tube of mascara and it's clumping on you and you're thinking it's not old, well, that might be why. It might just be too cold. So warm it up. All right, this is Epic. This one adds length, volume, and has a little bit of a curl to it, which is pretty cool. Because ain't nobody got time for lash curlers and all that fun stuff. So when I'm asking somebody which mascara they want, I always ask if they like fuller lashes or long wispy lashes, because my 4D will give you the long wispy lash extension look, which who doesn't love that? And then this one does the fuller lashes. Literally, I don't have a favorite. It just depends on the day, right? Just depends what I'm going for that day. So they're both awesome. They're both amazing, but everybody has different preferences. So if you have to choose one, and why would you want to? But if you have to choose just one, let that be how you decide. So you can add as many coats as you want. We're gonna go 2 coats today. I'm feeling like a big lash day. I usually try to keep my second coat more towards the tips. I have really fine lashes, so if you like really, if you have full lashes, it probably doesn't matter, but for me, I have fine ones, so I try to keep it towards the tips so I don't clump up the bottom. Ta-da! All right, if you belong to the itty bitty lash committee like I do, you need some Epic. Hit me up. Send me a message, leave a comment. Follow me on Facebook at Trina's Makeup and Madness. And on that note, we're all done. We are all done in under 10 minutes. Yes. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate every one of you more than you'll ever know. And on that note, I'm going to pop off of here. Love and lashes.